All right. Let's go get the motor out of the back of the truck. And then load up. Well, excuse me, for this exhaust that we have to build. That I am super late for because I screwed up. So, here's what it is. But you're going to grab the aluminum block out of the back of the Suburban, put it in here neatly, and then we're going to load up all the stuff we need for the side job, which is chop saw, welder, grinder, bench grinder, all the necessities. Throw that in the Suburban and then head out because super far behind. But hey, welcome back. What's up? I just haven't done it yet. Also, those pretty girls aren't staying. We're going back to a single. The reason we're going back to a single is those are slightly too big for what I'm doing. Essentially, that's like 1,800 horsepower worth of turbo there, and we're only trying to make 1,000. So, to make those work with my motor, the one over there, it's just not smart. There's gonna be a lot of in and out with the converter, companies, stuff like that. So in the ease of not only my wallet and time, we are switching to a Bullseye Turbo 8096, very similar to what we had before, just a better turbo, T6, and we're gonna run the backdoor intercooler that we set up before in the front. We're gonna rotate the turbo just a little bit, just a little more forward facing. We'll run probably a 5-inch exhaust, 4-inch exhaust maybe. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But yeah, so those are leaving today. This assembly is probably gonna get just undone from here, and I'll stuff that somewhere for a later date in case I decide to do twins later on or something, or on a different project. This wasn't like a super expensive thing for me to test out, and it looked cool and it was fun to do, but we have to be realistic in what all is actually happening and what's going to be effective. And unfortunately, for my goals and what I'm trying to accomplish, those are just overkill, like super overkill. So we're going to not quite downgrade, but not quite upgrade. We're just going to kind of, it's almost a lateral move. It sounds like a downgrade because we're getting a less capable turbo, but it's more capable for what we're trying to do. I spoke to the owner at Bullseye, super nice dude. Actually answered me late at night, which, you know, I appreciate, but I don't require because obviously work is work. I'm very clear, like after hours conversations can wait because you're a business and I understand. But yes, he did answer. He did send a message after hours, super nice, and basically told me that, you know, with pushing the limits, we could make way more than we're trying to make on the car. His number, when we initially spoke, when I sent an email to him, was over 11, which for me, that's a final round $10,000 race type of deal, and we pin the gate shut and we let her eat. Because at that point, if I win, it's worth it. Other than that, it's probably going to live 900 to 1,000 horsepower. But he said over 12 is very doable. It's been done a handful of times, or more than a handful of times. It's been done enough. He's comfortable saying 1250-ish. So yeah, we have plenty. I got to figure out why we have I'll buck it out in the middle of the guy. All right, I'm gonna finish cleaning out the truck and switching it, putting everything in, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. All right, we're here. So, last time we were up here, these headers you can't really see. We had to put a turn down on this side, and this side we had to modify the flange. So let me see. Let's flip you around. So yeah, we had to make some clearance for the steering shaft, which we were able to get done. And now we're gonna build the full exhaust for this here beautiful car. Ooh, let's see, there we go. Trying to get them. Yeah. So, let's see. You can see the turn down. So we're gonna add a V-band to that. And then that little dinky exhaust is coming out. I'm gonna go 2.5 all the way back. So, we've got all our parts. We got hangers, tubing, V-bands. That's the 90 to match the others, the passenger side. That's for the driver's side. We get all that in place and get these here mufflers poking out the back. I do believe that's the plan. So let's get started. All right, so you can see what we're going for here. So the old exhaust was ran through some very crudely cut plasma cut or flame cut holes in the frame rails. My customer, this is not my customer, the guy that's doing the work is my customer. He wanted to go under it just so that at some point he can have patch panels welded into the frame rails to add some rigidity back. The original customer can. So I went under. So as you can see, kind of a pain in the butt, but we come under here. We're welded, so we're V-banded at the header, welded there, come back, and as you can see, there's a little bit, oh, there we go. So just the natural shape of it to clear everything, because you know, air gaps are important and serviceability is important. We've got, yeah, you can see the lovely flame cut. So yeah, I mean, you've got a whole hands width, like fingers width, all the way around this, all the way back. And it gets a little tight back here. Hold on. I'm trying to do this in this cross member area. It's tight, but there's clearance. It doesn't touch. It's not gonna rattle. And then we utilized the hole they used before with the new hangers and the V-band. Now we're gonna go 90 up, and then a 180 over, and then out the back. And what we're gonna be doing is the mufflers are actually gonna be essentially where my big old head is. They're gonna sit in this area. They had pre-existing hangers here for the old mufflers, which were center in, offset, or offset in, center out. And those were also in those notched areas. We're gonna have them back here, and we're gonna have them to where the mufflers are tight together here, and the outs are just past the back of this bumper. So that's what we're gonna work on next. But everything from this V-band forward is welded and now fully secured to the car. So from there, we should be all set to now build the back section without having to take the front out. The first thing I'll do is the 90, get the position of the 90 in location to the rear end correct, and I'll weld that to the V-band. And then we'll be able to go, you know, everything past that will be on one, and then we're gonna do V-bands at the back of the muffler. So there'll be a V-band at the muffler, that V-band, and the one at the header. That way it's very serviceable, super easy. This midsection here is going to be our longest pipe that will have to be taken out in one piece, but it's not tucked, oops, sorry. It's not, gosh darn it. It's not tucked around anything or through anything. So it should basically just drop out, which makes it super easy to work on, and everything else. So let's get started on the back section. All right, let's take a look. So that bracket there is just kind of loosely in place, but We've got up over the axle, down, and we're fully welded on this here passenger side. Everything's in. As you can see, the axle's pretty well centered, so it should be able to go up in there pretty nice. You can see better. Yeah, there we go. It's about centered. Everything's all nice and pretty. Oh man, look at some of the welds. Ooh, baby. This thing came up pretty nice. These are not bad. But yeah, so then that's the view. That's what we're gonna have in the back. And now let's go do the other side. All right, we have tailpipes, plural. Well, double plural because there's 2 tips here and 2 tips over there. But there's tips and they're in line. We do believe this bumper is slightly tweaked because the gap here is different than the gap here. However, the distance from the ground to the mufflers is within 1/4 of an inch on either side. So that's good. All right, passenger side. I didn't record anything because this took a little longer than I planned, but I was making sure I got it done tonight. So we go up over the axle, just like the driver's side, and then we come down, but where we come down is slightly higher because we have this panhard bar, and the panhard bar bolt location keeps me from being able to mirror it. Because originally I was gonna mirror it like that one, but I can't because the panhard bar is in the way. So I had to S-bend it. Woo. Hold on, there we go. Now you can see. S-bend it up over the cross member. And yeah, so we come up here, woo, and we've got the bend out of the header, straight back. We will be adding an O2 sensor. I was gonna do that tonight. I'm out of gas. So, not physically, but literally, we used all of it. Bottle's all the way open and I'm a weld pegged. The last weld was not the prettiest thing in the world. So that's where we're gonna be for today. But the customer's here. Everything's all tied up and nice and neat under the car. Nice clean view. So I'm happy with it. I will be inserting a clip from this nice gentleman over here once he sends it of the car running, so you guys can hear what the exhaust sounds like. And that's it. So as always, comment, like, share, subscribe, get up and get after it. I'm ready for a 2 a.m. cold start if you are.
Battery might be too dead.